The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is Iracing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit Iracing.
6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is Iracing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
You're looking live. You are looking live at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. We welcome you to coverage on the Elevated TV iRacing Network and the virtual New Year's Bash. Of course, this is the events of the iRacing version of the real race that took place last week before the snow and the ice and all the miserable stuff of the winter world came into fruition this past 48 hours. And we welcome you to coverage. We are ready to roll here in just a few moments. We are set for a special announcement as well. And as I bring my colleague and partner for Elevated TV, Mr. Cody Deemers, to the fold, I'm Wesley Outland. He will pass that info along to you right now.
Yeah, so we've had some other obligations come up for tomorrow. Your producer/announcer will be racing a go-kart race tomorrow. So it was kind of totally last minute. As far as that, I totally forgot about it. I thought it was next weekend, not this weekend. No big deal. So basically what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have a B main, the 3 features, and then the preliminary features before the New Year's Bash for tomorrow night are going to run tonight. and then we'll
Right.
have the second B main to end the night off. That way, you guys kind of get the special treat of a B main, and then you got your races, and then you get to stay for that all exciting final B main, and then we'll take a break. 9 o'clock tonight, we will come back and we will have the 100-lap New Year's Bash. So you're going to get everything tonight for the price of nothing. So
all the features are still going to be ran, right? We're
Yep.
still going to run all the A main races that were scheduled for Sunday afternoon. They're now going to be Saturday night, basically.
Yep. So everything's going to be pushed to tonight. So you're going to get a lot of racing tonight. So it's going to be fun, and me and Wesley are excited to bring you all the action.
We certainly will. Let's tell you what's on the docket today and later on today. Pardon the pun. We have the preliminary Saturday and then the championship races to follow. Coming up in just a few moments, we're going to have B main number 1 for the New Year's Bash Street Stocks. They're going to go 25 laps. Certain amount of drivers transfer in. Then we'll have the Challengers, the AR Challenger feature. They're going to go 75 laps. It's always a good one with those Challenger limited late model cars. We'll have U cars, which are going to be kind of like mini stock cars, if you will. They're going to go 60 laps of racing. Then we're going to have the Legend car feature for 30 laps, and then the final preliminary of the early afternoon action here at the New Smyrna Speedway will be the Street Stock B main number 2. And then again, as we said, we'll take a break. We're going to try to knock these out very quickly. We'll come back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Elevated TV, and we're also live, Cody, on the Community Radio Network. Remember, we broadcasted the Derby on CRN, and we're live again, so that's cool.
Yep. It's always fun working on the CRE network. Appreciate everybody over there that tunes in here and listens to us talk about a race, and it's gonna be fun.
So we're we're getting ready for B main number 1. I think the field is gridded, and it is about to be time to get these guys on track. Again, if you're joining us, special announcement, and I'm sure that Cody Deemers will post it on all of our social media as well. There will be everything ran tonight. Today, preliminaries. Tonight, the big races that were scheduled for Sunday afternoon. They will now be tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. It just logistically works better to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the B mains for the Street Stocks. We've got the first one on deck for you right now. Let's give you a little bit more of the race information for tonight. The Street Stocks will have B mains, no fast repair, no tires, 1 attempt at a green-white checker, and those 25-lap B mains. Race number 1 is about to start right about now as we get ready to introduce them here. Just a moment, the starting lineup as these guys get ready to roll. What are we taking? Top 3? Cody, for the B main?
Top 5.
So top 5. Top 5 finishers go to the feature later tonight. So there you go. All right, so we're getting ready to get everybody in place. I think we're still working on some things logistically behind the scenes here, so that's all being taken care of right now. And this is, I would just call it, the New Year's Bash. Yeah, the New Year's Bash, or the AI. Let's call it the AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna Speedway, because we don't want people to, this is the virtual version of it. And by the way, to kind of set the stage of why we're not at Dillon Motor Speedway, well, first off, Dillon Motor Speedway is not on the iRacing server. So with that being said, they have to find the track closest with dimensions to use, if you will. And New Smyrna Speedway was at the top of the list. Here it is. It's, of course, located in New Smyrna, Florida, just down near Daytona. Half-mile, 0.8-kilometer racetrack. Straightaways are both equal at 600 feet. Turns are 720 feet wide and 23 degrees of banking, 7 degrees on the straightaways. Of course, there's about 4 degrees on the straightaways at Dillon, 14 degrees of banking in the corners at the egg-shaped Dillon Motor Speedway. This was the closest racetrack that kind of mimics on iRacing what Dillon Motor Speedway is. Let's take a look at the lineup for the AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna. It's going to be JP Crabtree on the pole. Jonathan Sessoms, he'll make up row number 1. Boo Carlisle in the double zero from Jefferson, Georgia. Chuck Barnes Sr., of course, never count out the man from Kentucky. He'll be in the number 5. Cody Deemer's got to go through a B main in the 301. Jason Maffahee and the number 14. Then it's Wyatt Marshburn, Jeff Lane, Reagan Black, Blaine Aiken. And the final starting position, I believe, is Ryan Deemers, but I think he's a scratch, and we'll be ready to roll him here.
Yep, it's going to be a good one here, and the field should be rolling off here any second. 25 laps, and it's kind of crazy to see Boo Carlisle in a B main because he won, I believe, what was it, first or second B main at the real version? Wesley?
Carlisle won B main number 1 last week. Yeah, very tough first, but he did win it. He did win it, so got him rolling off pit road. We actually got him crashing off of pit road. What the hell that's all about, I don't know. Come on, guys, get it together. Cody Deemers is one of them.
Yeah, we're trying to get our stuff together, so them guys are going to catch the back of the field here. There you see them. We're already having
New Smyrna Speedway is a very fun racetrack. I've had the privilege to be there on numerous occasions for the World Series of Racing, asphalt stock car racing, Cody, and I got to give you props. This is probably the closest track that can mimic what Dillon is.
Yeah, for sure. And and also, Leslie, big announcement here real fast, too. We'll be having a virtual AI World Series of Racing coming at it. Green flag in the air, though.
There will be a World Series of Racing. I think you hinted on that a while back. B-main action for the street stock underway here on Elevated TV and CRN. And right now on the jump, give it to the number 83 to get the launch. 25 laps, top 5 transfer. JP Crabtree will lead them down to the line for the first lap. It's Carlisle right there in tow. Jonathan Sessoms up on the high side, opens the door. Chuck Barnes Jr. and here comes Cody Deemers, piling it on the bottom as they go into 3.
Yeah, the bottom where you want to be, but they're making the outside work as well. And here comes Barnes. He's going to try to clear Deemers as they work into 1. Deemers still got a nose there, and the fight going on for the transfer right now.
That's Chuck Barnes Sr., Cody Deemers, 4th and 5th. We're watching all of this going on here at the virtual New Year's Bash. Opening lap, give it to JP Crabtree, and right now, as we're about to put a handful of laps completed, he is still the man out in front. Crabtree leads the way, 25 laps the distance. By the way, weather is clear conditions here at virtual New Smyrna. 67 degrees for the virtual air temp. Track temperature is exactly 68 degrees. So they're right there in unison with one another, as it is kind of late in the day. So it looks like it's almost dusk.
Yeah.
Right now, Crabtree still leads there, Cody.
Yeah, and top 5 is single filed out. There you see the final transfer. We're taking the top 5 from this one. And Deemers wanting to be out front, or out front, in the transfer. And Reagan Black still definitely trying to catch him. So still a long ways to go. We're 7 of 25.
And remember, as we forementioned, thanks for those that are watching, we will have the championship races that were scheduled for tomorrow. Due to other conflicts and scheduling, the races will now be tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central roughly. That's when we're going to begin. And now get your burnt popcorn ready. Boy, I love that blurry camera angle. That looked kind of interesting there, Cody.
Yeah, for sure. And there you see the field working off into turn number 1, Leslie.
Another shot at it again. Boy, they need to make some adjustments on that camera, boy. Clean the lens. Ooh, as right now we're closing in on lap number 10. 9 in. Crabtree still leads Carlisle with the flag stand view. Barney watching on it. New Smyrna. Gotta love this racetrack, man. It's a fun half mile. And right now, Crabtree, Carlisle, Sessoms, Barnes, and Deemers would be the 5 to go to the dance right now in B main number 1. Remember some of the rules in this B main. No fast repair, no tires, 1 attempt at a green-white checker if need be. Coming up as soon as we finish it, it'll be the Challengers race. They're going to go 75 laps, no fast repair, no set of tires, 1 attempt at overtime if need be. U-Cars on the way, as well as Legends, and then the final Street Stock B main. And as we mentioned, we will come back on the air on Elevated TV and Community Radio Network with coverage of the final races. Those will be the big races, including the New Year's Bash Street Stock 100 lapper. That'll be tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Not tomorrow. Just want to emphasize on that. That is not going to be tomorrow. It will be tonight. We're halfway home in B main number 1, Cody Deemers, and right now JP Crabtree is hauling the mail. He's still got a half-second lead over Boo Carlisle.
Yeah, Boo Carlisle right there in that second position, and that orange and black number 00, B00, Bittersweet as they call him. And you haven't checked that guy out, go check him out, Kicking Asphalt. He's a great guy, Wesley. Gives the shirt off his back now. Had a bad crash in the New Year's Bash just before halfway, and had to go to the hospital, so checked out all good, and he's working his way into another feature race here in this B main.
Yeah, got his definitely a little had an accident on the racetrack, and hard hit. Me and Alan Dietz called that on Racing America last week. He cracked the wall, actually, from the contact into the wall. He cracked the retaining wall.
Oh my goodness.
But nonetheless, I had a little limp going on after the incident, but we still roll on here, as right now we're closing in on what will be the final laps remaining.
And you know, Wesley, the B main's always the most exciting things at the New Year's Bash. You know, I've been to a New Year's Bash one time, and we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago in the Snowball Derby. It's when the guy jumped over the fence in turn number 4 and tackled the driver. I was like, what in the world did I come to?
Yeah, I'll never forget that, boy. He took a ride in the police car that night as well. Yeah.
It was
under 10 to go. Under 10 to go here in the AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna. And right now in front still JP Crabtree. Laps winding down.
and
Carlisle right there in second. Just can't get the run on him yet.
Yeah, and I believe Wesley, he's closing in on him as well. As John Possesson's right there as well.
Crabtree, Carlisle, Sessoms, Chuck Barnes Sr., Cody Deemers. That's the way they are right now. Open hand from your flagman at 5 remaining.
Sessom's trying to get around Carlisle there for the second position. And these guys got to remember, they're all going to the big dance later on tonight. They just got to stay in tow, not make no mistakes.
Crabtree in the lead. Now under 4 to go. And right now, Crabtree, JP Crabtree, flag to flag so far in this B main. Coming up next, the Challengers. They're going to go 75 laps here. Part of the AI New Year's Bash. Time running out now. 3 to go. Anybody got anything for Crabtree? They better put their cards on the table and show it now. Right now, Crabtree is the Pied Piper here to transfer into the Bash. Top 5 go to the A main, as we mentioned, and that will be later tonight at 9 Eastern.
Here comes Barnes. Chuck Barnes Jr. Driving his dad's paint scheme. That number 5 machine. Ionic scheme there. Seeing a lot of Salem Speedway up here. It's their home track. Chuck Barnes Jr. and his white and pink number 44 is, I believe we've got white flag whistle.
The white flag waves. One more lap to go. This is it. Crabtree, half a track left. Had some lap traffic up ahead, but it will not be a factor to run down Wyatt Marshburn. JP Crabtree, flag to flag, caution free. He'll take B-Main 1 of the New Year's Bash for the street stocks at New Smyrna. Crabtree gets it done. Carlisle will finish second. Jonathan Sessoms third. Chuck Barnes Sr. and Cody Demers will round out the top 5 when it's all said and done here at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. As we mentioned, this race kind of mimics what was held last week at Dillon Motor Speedway. The real race will be back, the 16th annual race in January 2026. I promise you, they're already preparing to make that a big show. Remember, that'll be January the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 2026. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going Challenger Racing. 75 laps at the virtual AI New Year's Bash on Elevated TV and CRN. Stay with us with more. Welcome back to coverage of the New Year's Bash Street Stock Nationals, the virtual AI version from New Smyrna Speedway. For those that are watching on Elevated TV and, of course, listening on CRN, I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Demers is alongside, and we are about to wrap up the warm-up session as these drivers went through preliminaries last night, Cody, and they are getting ready to hit the track for 75 laps coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, this is qualifying here. You see Hudson Bulger there in that number 17. He's going to go 9th quickest on the scoreboard. And Casey Call sitting top of the list right now.
So they did not qualify yesterday. Well, what did they do yesterday? Just practice?
Yeah, they just practiced. The only people that qualified yesterday was the street stocks.
There you go. Thanks to everybody that's checking us out. We appreciate it.
Qualifying has concluded. Casey Call going to get the pole.
Once again, I want to remind you as well, due to logistical concerns and some other scheduling conflict for Cody, not myself. Let me clarify that. I was committed to be ready for tomorrow. For Cody, and because of that, we are going to run the big races later tonight. Again, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We will have the big races for the New Year's Bash. The championship races will be held tonight. They will not be tomorrow, and hopefully Cody does go on his go-kart.
Yeah, so, and I want to throw this out there because Elevated TV does help the people out that are we actually are helping out the go-kart race. Stagger Pros and Crabtree Enterprises is actually who's putting the go-kart race up. But I've also stepped in as the producer and broadcaster for Stagger Pros. Is broadcast on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, Stagger Pros Short Track Talk. I actually have took over all their podcast stuff as far as putting it out on the air for them, and I'm in the process of building them a YouTube channel. And they have offered me to come run the go-kart race, and I took it. So they got some cool trophies. They got A main, B main, C main, D main, and E main trophies. It's pretty cool how they're doing it. It's not being live broadcasted, but there is going to be timing and scoring for you guys to watch. I haven't seen any links posted yet, but when I do get one, I'll post it. So you got on Elevated TV, that way you guys can watch it. But yes, Elevated TV is helping them out. They are helping me out as well on my roll race car. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you go over to Stagger Pros on Facebook and check them out, as we're partnering here on Elevated with them as well.
Well, there you go. All right. So the field is lit and the field is gridded behind the pace car. Let's give you the starting lineup. By the way, this race will be 75 laps. 75 laps for the challengers. There will be no fast repair. There is one attempt at overtime if need be. Want to send a shout out to a couple of people that are watching from Dillon Motor Speedway. Some of the people behind the racetrack. Hello, Mr. John Pritchard, the man of the street stocks world on social media. Michael Yarborough also watching on the broadcast, and the backbone behind the racetrack with Mr. Ron Barfield, one of the big guys, big contributors, Mr. Bill Flynn, watching as well. They're in a winter wonderland now here in the Carolinas, or ice melting.
We're in a wonderland.
Oh, yeah, dude, it sucked, man. Snow and ice and all that good stuff. So, and we're ready to introduce the starting lineup here for the AI New Year's Bash for the challengers at New Smyrna here on Elevated TV. Casey Call, Chase Dixon, makeup pro number 1. That's the 90 and the 07. Mark Johnson and Will LaRue will be in the 13 and the 45 row 2. 74 Parker Blaney and Daniel Berryhill in the 25 row 3. Hudson Bolger and Caleb Hall will be in the 17 and the 29. Rafael Lassard in the 48. Jody McCormick Cody will be starting 10th in car 10.
Yeah, row 6 going to be Casey Beatty and Tanner Woodward in the 45 and the 68. Row 7 going to be Chad McLeod and Gabe Brown. That's going to be the 28 and the 47. Row 8 going to be DJ Shaw and Justin Marks in the 04 and the 22. Row 9 going to be Matt Anderson and Robert Straminska. Row 10 going to be Greg Edwards and Landon Huffman, rounding up your 20-car field.
Let me clarify something, because I guess we called him Robert Stremska, and I've always called him that for a number of years, Cody. Robert Stremiska is what I'm being told is how you say his name, Stremiska. So there's the pronunciation of three, Stremiska. So yeah, I'm going to call him that until somebody says different. So, because we called him Stremska for God knows how long. No, Stremiska. All right, so Stremiska. All right, there you go. And TKFKFK, yes, that was me, with Alan Dietz and Skylar Whitfield calling the broadcast on Racing America Live from the New Year's Bash last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, preliminary laps underway. What are we going to watch in this here, Cody? I mean, obviously, you got 75 laps. Be smart, right?
Yeah.
20 laps of the distance. Don't tear up anything. And these guys have got to try to get to about the 50 lap. You know what? The same thing that I said about the real race last Saturday night, I will say about this race right here. Patience.
Yeah. Now, patience is a key. When you have a no fast repair, if you tear your stuff up early, you're kind of screwed. I mean, because you can't go down pit road and insta pop like you usually could with a fast repair. So it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Casey Call, Chase Dixon on the front row. Pace car scampers onto the pit lane, and Barney is waving the green. We're underway, 75 laps. And your first feature race of the New Year's Bash at New Smyrna is underway.
Yeah, Chase Dixon battling on the outside as they work down into turn number 3 and 4, excuse me. And whoa! 1 yard in the wall.
Got one in the wall. Hold on to it. Somehow we stay in the gas. It's Daniel Berryhill with just a little wiggle, jiggle, giggle, bobble. And lost a number of positions there. Right now we watch some work off 4. A couple of laps into it. 75 laps the distance, and you've got a battle for the lead now. Casey Call, Chase Dixon going at it. There's LaRue on the inside. He's right there in that mix for the bridesmaid spot as they go to 3.
Yeah, Chase Dixon in the 07. Him in the 45 of LaRue. They're going to touch, and here comes Bart Johnson in the 13 machine wanting to put his nose in it as well. As they work through 1 and 2, back down the backstretch, and LaRue's going to trade Dixon and take care of Casey Call.
Remember, this races are happening now. The race is scheduled for tomorrow, will now happen tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. That will allow us to at least get a break, grab a snack, grab a dinner, and then come back and join you. We'll have it all for you, as what was planned for Sunday will now be tonight here on Elevated TV. And if you're listening on the Community Radio Network, 87.9 FM, and of course, anywhere at VRCRN.com. Look at this battle. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, my boy. Get your Scooby snacks ready. Parker Blaney under attack on the inside as they try to run down the 13 of Mark Johnson for 4th.
Yes, Scooby-Doo, the 29 of Caleb Paul working on the outside of the 74 of Parker Blaney. And Wesley, when you get a little bit deeper, it is 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
The AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna, it kind of mimics what happened, of course, in the real version at Dillon Motor Speedway last week. For people that was asking the question, what's on tap for tonight, we'll go ahead and let you know very quickly. Obviously, everything for today was still scheduled. That includes your B-mains for the street stocks. We already saw one B-main already concluded. JP Applegate won that one, flag to flag, top 5 transfer. The challengers are racing now 75 laps. U-cars are next for 60 laps. I don't know what that's about because I only ran 30 laps last week. The U-cars, the 60 laps. Legend cars, 30 laps. And then the final street stock B-main. And then later tonight, for the people that are asking, later tonight will be the races that were scheduled for tomorrow. Now raced this evening at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. That includes the mini stocks for 50 laps, the legend cars for 30 laps, and the street stock 100-lap A-main for the AI New Year's Bash. There you see the 45. Good run for him right now. Will LaRue still in second spot, but the 90 clear ahead as we're working down lap 12 there, Cody.
Yeah, as we look a little bit further back here, and his teammate, Ralph Lazard, the 45's teammate, there you can see the 48. They look alike. That's how you know they're teammates. He's working to the outside of Casey Beatty. Here comes the 28 of Chad McLeod. He works to the inside as we work off turn number 4. There behind him, you see that's going to be DJ Shaw and that blue and white machine as he's working to the outside with the 48. Nope, he's going to tuck back in behind, and the 28 going to be clearing back to the front.
Hopefully that answers your question, my friend that asked the question, what's racing tonight? As right now, the leader up in front, the number 90, Casey Call, Will LaRue, Chase Dixon. We saw a moment ago, Daniel Berryhill. He had problems on the start where he slammed in the wall. Now he's right back there in the top 10 and 7th. Holger and Woodard and Beatty, Casey Beatty there in the top 10. This is perfect right now, right? Cody, calm, cool, collected. Work your way around the racetrack. Knock some laps off. This is what you got right here, by the way.
You spoke too
Oh,
soon.
I spoke too darn soon. Caution is out to 48. Rafael Lassard has gone around, and he'll put us under our caution flag. Here's a replay. Watch this on elevated TV. Slams the wall. Damage on the right front of the Lassard Motorsports number 48. And it happened in turn number 3 and 4, and then finally in turn 1 and 2 in the diamond of the corners where he finally stalled the car. First caution of the race, by the way.
Guys, we'll take a quick look at one more time at it here.
From another angle.
Oh, it's like
Rafael Lassard hit the wall so hard the car was airborne there for a second.
And you know, Wesley, I gotta say, the 45, his teammate, Ralph Lassard's teammate, was catching the 90 machine. And now he's got to regroup all that momentum that he got to catch that 90. He's got to put it all back and try again.
Single file. I'm sure once we get to the 1 to go, they'll get back doubled up again. We'll get ready to go back for a restart. Casey Call up in front. By the way, first caution of the race. First caution coming out. Virtual air temp is now at 66. Virtual track temp has risen a couple of degrees. It's now at 69. And caution laps do count in this race. I like that. That lets it go by quicker, Cody. I like that.
Yep. So it's gonna be a good night of racing. Probably gonna be a fast night of racing. And like I said, we appreciate. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that tune in and watch every week. And I really appreciate Ron Bogford checking in.
Yeah, Ron Barfield, Bill Flynn, Michael Yarborough, John Pritchard, the others. We're ready to come back with a restart here. Hopefully this will be something annually. The week after the big race or before the big race. And you never know. Maybe one day they'll put iRacing will put Dillon Motor Speedway on the world of the simulation platform, because that's an awesome racetrack. Here we go. Battle for the lead, or excuse me, for second. Peru and Dixon, they're side by side, and Paul loves this as he pulls away again with 58 to go.
Oh, Dixon in the 45, touched there a little bit. No harm, no foul. Numbers are 2 by 2. As far back as you can see.
Leading the animals to the arc, if you will. Watching them behind that leader, single file. Call in the lead behind them, side by side. Now for a moment, here comes Parker Blaney down to the inside, throws the block in front of Johnston, and peels to the top. Makes a big move now. Now they're going to go after second, third, fourth, and fifth. Right there, throw a blanket over. Scooby-Doo is coming in the mix as well. He's got his Scooby snacks, and Caleb Hall's back in the big dance.
Yeah, the Scooby Mystery Machine is coming, making his way through the field. Here comes the 29, the 13. Still side by side as they walk down into 3. Here comes Caleb Hall. The Mystery Machine up, coming from the field.
And coming to the line now. It's going to be 20 laps completed. Still 55 to go. Right now, watching these guys work their way to the corner. There's Caleb Hall, the purple 29. Shades of the old NASCAR colors of Steve Grissom when he used to run back to the Winston Cup Series. On the outside, Mark Johnson. He's there to the inside. Makes a move now on Parker Blaney. Can he get to the door? No, he cannot. Not yet. He's right there on the rear end as they go into 2.
Yeah, here comes Mark Johnson. Back to the inside of Caleb Hall. There's slide job after slide job. Here comes Caleb Hall. And here comes Daniel Berryhill. Daniel Berryhill in that black number 25. After his trouble early on lap number 1, getting in the wall, no harm, no foul, gets himself back going. He's back trying to crack the top 5 here, Wesley.
I want to send a big shout out to another big diehard race fan of dirt, pavement, it doesn't matter. And that's Mr. Michael Robert Davis, a.k.a. Block Total Refrigeration, Heated and AC Services. He sponsors the Community Radio Network. And, of course, he was also in attendance at a cold New Year's bash at Dillon last week as well. As right now, Hall under attack on the inside. Here comes the car, 74, correction, 13, Johnson. on the bottom, and they're going to battle side by side behind them as well. That's Maryhill and Bolger. Woodard in the mix as they dive off too.
Yeah, that beautiful red number 68 machine. That's going to be Tanner Woodward. He's going to look to the inside. Whoa, shifts up big time. DJ Shaw thought about putting a three-way. No, checks up, and all harm, no foul. We're going to stay green.
So just a little shake-up there just a moment ago, as right now the black number 90, Casey Call, still continuing to lead here in the AI version of the New Year's Bash here at New Smyrna Speedway. This track is the closest on iRacing that mimics what is the confines of Dillon Motor Speedway. Dillon Motor Speedway, just shy of 0.4 of a mile or a half mile. It is, of course, 14 degrees of banking, about 3 degrees on the straightaway. It's egg-shaped. The corners are different in turns 1 and 2 than the comparison to 3 and 4. If you put a drone or a camera above the racetrack in the Palmetto State in the PD region, you would literally see that it mimics Darlington Raceway just down the road at Darlington, South Carolina. New Smyrna Speedway, where we're at tonight on iRacing, is a half-mile track, 0.08 kilometers, 600 feet long straightaways on both the front and the back. Turns are 720 feet wide. Track width is 60 feet on the straightaway, 70 feet. And, of course, 23 degrees of banking in the corners, 7 degrees on the straightaways. Closest, Cody Deemers, as we approach lap 30 to what the real deal is at Dillon, South Carolina.
Yeah, and you know, New Smyrna, nobody really likes New Smyrna on the iRacing platform. You know, and to me, it's a fun little track. You don't ever see anybody run it other than like official races on iRacing, and it's I don't know, it's just fun. It's a driver's track, and to me, Dillon Motor Speedway is a driver's track. You know, it's a track that you got to get up on the wheel, and you know, 3 and 4 is tricky because 1 and 2 is like a normal corner. It's a sweeping corner. 3 and 4. 3 sweeps, and then turn 4 is like a 90-degree turn, and the track it gets skinnier as you come up off. So it's hard to go 2 and 3 wide there without bumping and banging. So Dillon Motor Speedway probably one of the coolest, unique racetracks on the surface, in the PD region.
And by the way, if you're ever down in the south of the border, head down there and check them out. And they'll be racing again on March the 15th. The Vintage Streets, the Vintage Car Nationals, the Vintage Race Car Nationals will be going on. The Southern Vintage Race Car Nationals. All the other divisions and the Vintage Race Cars will be there. March 14th and 15th, Dillon Motor Speedway. Other big events include the Firecracker 100. That is always on 4th of July weekend at Dillon with the street stocks, big race there. Also, they will have Carolina Pro Late Models, Carolina Crate Modified Series. They'll be there a time or two. In addition to that, we'll also have the race in September, Labor Day, Monday. They brought that back. That was a big success. And if that wasn't enough, on November, the Fall Spectacular. And that Fall Spectacular, Cody, is right before the New Year's Bash.
Yeah, we've been the New Year Dillon Motor Speedway a lot, and it's me and Brenton and Shaney Irvin. We've won a couple races down there, and the legends always put on a show. I see that they had so many legends this time that they had to do an A and a B main, so that's pretty cool. And they're getting that big of a legend car count, because I remember when they first started racing legends there, I mean, they had the old timers club where there's like 15 of them, 10, 15 of them. So now they're pushing upwards in the 20s. So that's cool to see that they got to race A and B mains.
By the way, we're just past the halfway mark in this one. So far, one caution came out the early going. Right now, Casey Call, Will LaRue, Chase Dixon, Parker Blaney, Mark Johnson, top 5. Caleb Hall, Daniel Berryhill, Tanner Woodard, Hudson Bolger, Casey Beatty, top 10. That's the way it stands with Shaw, Brown, Stramiska, Edwards, McLeod, McCormick, Huffman, Anderson, Martin, all on the track. Raphael Lassard also in the back that brought out the one and only caution as we're 42 down and 34 to go down.
Yes, we got a battle here for third with Dixon and Blaney side by side. What's going on for third as we work down the back straightaway? And Wesley, the lights have come on here at Smyrna.
Oh, the lights are on. Let the lights illuminate. Working into the night. Coming up next, it'll be I hope it's a 30 lap.
It is. No, it's 30. That was a typo. That was a typo. I thought about it when I was looking at it while ago. I was like, man, why are they doing 60 laps? And I thought about it. I was like, that's got to be a typo.
If you're running a 60 lap U-car race, yeah. I mean, we're probably got to have pit stop and everything. Look at this battle now for third. Blaney and Dixon going at it. Side by side, strike for stride of the corner. This is the best battle happening on 4 now.
And Mark Johnson wanting to put his nose in.
Remember, coming up later tonight, we'll probably put some stuff out there. Obviously, there'll be a post made. I know that we said we were definitely going to be plugging it. The races from Sunday are now going to be tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. That includes the mini stock race, the Legends race, and the big race, the 100-lap Street Stock Nationals.
And Wesley, I got to say, Will LaRue is catching Casey Call. Not by much, but he's catching him.
Reeling him in like bait on a hook, if you will. LaRue has put it in stealth mode. Can he run him down? You're on board now with the 45. As he sends it off into the corner here at New Smyrna to 1 and 2. Look at that. Boy, I'll tell you what, 23 degrees of banking don't look like a lot, but it is there from this track.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely a lot of banking. And if you notice, it looks like, Wesley, on the straightaways, they've moved the wall at New Smyrna out about a foot. So, and you'll see it here when it comes off of 2. Look at there's the yellow line, there's the wall. So it looks like they've actually made the track a little wider as well.
We mentioned that racing surface is about 70 feet wide in the turns, 60 feet on the straightaway. And we're closing in on 25 to go. Challenger, 75 laps here at the virtual AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna Speedway. And right now, Casey Call is still the Pied Piper leading the way. Will LaRue, though, has cut it down to a second, now 1.2 seconds. He gains, he loses. He gains, he loses. It looks like, honestly, Cody, Casey Call is better in the turns than Will LaRue is, and Will LaRue's beating him on the straightaway, but not for long now. Here comes Parker Blaney.
Yeah, here comes Dixon. Here comes Mark Johnson in the Takis number 13 as we got a 3-way battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But right behind them, Caleb Paul and Daniel Berry are battling for 6th and 7th. And here comes Holtzen Boger. You're about to have a 5-car battle or 6-car battle for 2nd.
We certainly are. Watch this now. Here we go. Final 20 laps, closing in on 20 laps to go. One yellow flag halted this race earlier. It's been a phenomenal opportunity to watch these guys stretching it and go into the finish now as we close in on 20 remaining with 55 in the books. And now look at this. It is still Casey Call up in front. There you see now the 45 of Will LaRue. He was under attack by Blaney, Johnson, and Dixon, and then all of a sudden the 13, the 07, and the 74 lost ground to the 45. He went in stealth mode, and LaRue has cut it down to about 8/10 on the leader.
Yeah, he's definitely reeling him in, and you got to begin to wonder, is he going to run out of laps? I don't think so. I think he's going to come down to about 5 to go, and he's going to be there, Wesley, as we're hitting 20 to go. LaRue is faster that last lap than your race leader, Casey Call. So he's definitely faster than your race leader, and he's cut it down to 0.7.
Look at this. Down the front straightaway now as they get down side by side. There's Barry Hill and Caleb Hall. That's the big battle for 6th and 7th. As Hudson Bulger watches along. Under 20 laps to go. Closing in on the finish. 18 remaining now. Casey Call in the lead. Will LaRue, Parker Blaney. And there you see this big stack up right there for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th if he can get in the battle. As time winds down here, it's all Casey Call in the lead there, Cody.
Yeah, Casey Call still out front. Will LaRue there. And he's got to about 8/10, and he's just kind of stopped. And then you got Parker Blaney there, Mark Johnson in 4th, Chase Dixon, and Barry Hill, Hall, and Boger. All right here, 6th, 7th, and 8th is where the battle's at.
We're at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. They're getting ready, by the way, for their annual World Series of Asphalt Stock Car Racing. And Cody, as we close into the finish of the bash for the Challengers with 15 to go, you were telling us on Elevated TV that you're doing a Speed Weeks version from New Smyrna.
Yeah, we've done the Speed Weeks like at Southern National, but we're definitely going to be doing a Speed Weeks here at New Smyrna. To kind of mimic theirs as well. I've been enjoying doing these AI versions of the stuff. I mean, it's cool. And I feel like it gives the track a little publicity as well, as far as, the tracks, the series that they run, the cars they run. I just feel like it publicizes them to people, in a certain way. And then, we put on a show here for the fans as well.
Happy New Year to everybody checking us out on Elevated TV. If you're listening on the Community Radio Network, this is the first big feature race of the New Year's Bash for Saturday's action. Remember, later tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll come back for the big races that were scheduled for Sunday afternoon. Casey Call in the lead, closing in on 10 to go. There's Will LaRue. He's running out of time there, Cody.
Yeah, no, I thought he would be a lot closer by now. But he's really not closed the gap, but about a 10th, and I still think he's got a little left in the tank. I think he's gonna run out of time, but I think he'll be there at least to the back bumper at the end of this one, and still have no laps to get to him.
I want to remind you, 87.9 FM, listen anywhere worldwide. We are CRN.com. That is, we are CRN.com. We have coverage of the race here. As right now, side by side, look at this battle. The 49 of the 22 going at it. This is in the back, by the way. Justin Marks and Matt Anderson. And why do we mention this? Because lap traffic might be a factor to decide the finish. Those are your next cars on the back markers that are about to be ran down by Casey Call. But we are in single digits as it comes to 7 to go, all 4.
And Wesley, this is what I talked about a while ago. I think LaRue's going to get time, but he's going to be right there because if they get to lap traffic, I think lap traffic's going to hold him, and he's closed the gap to 6/10 left to the race leader.
To the finish, we roll. Coming up next, 30 laps for the U-Cars, 30 laps for the Legends and the Street Stock B-Main 2. To close out your preliminary Saturday afternoon coverage, we'll come back tonight for the big races. As right now, it is all Casey Call, the number 90. He has been up in front all day long. The laps wind down here as we're closing in on under 5 to go now, Cody.
Yeah, and LaRue is close to 5/10. He's 45 is definitely closing the gap on that number 90 machine. I think he's going to run out of time, but he's definitely there. He's back to 6/10 on the 90s. And I agree with you, Wesley. I think Casey Call is better in the corners, and I think LaRue has got the speed down the straightaway. So I think that's where they're hitting and missing that.
Laps winding down. Casey Call. Will LaRue. Anybody got anything for the 90? You better show it. You better show it now. Here comes the 45. Peeking back into view again. Penultimate lap on the board. As Casey Call hits the back straightaway. This track a half mile You can get around this place fairly quickly. And as you can tell, here comes three back marker cars up in front of the leader. The white flag is out. One more lap to go. Casey Call has about an 0.8 of a second lead over Will LaRue as he now overcomes lap machines to the inside of Justin Marks. Mired with the lap traffic. He works off 4. Not going to be enough for Will LaRue as Casey Call picks up the checkered flag and takes the New Year's Bash in the limited challenger feature of 2025. Casey Call will win. What a phenomenal job, man, when it's all said and done. Casey Call, one caution flag to end this race. When it's over and done with, Casey Call holding off Will LaRue. Will LaRue, I think, had another chance to try to run him down, but he just ran out of time, ran out of laps, and that lap traffic, though, tried to help him. It just wasn't enough for LaRue to catch Casey Call. Parker Blandell finished third. Mark Johnson fourth. Chase Dixon, your top 5. Caleb Hall in the Scooby-Doo machine. Hudson Bolger, DJ Shaw, Barry Hill, and Beatty, your top 10, Cody.
Yeah, your top 11 going to be Tanner Woodward and Robert. It's, how do you say it, Wesley? Straminska?
I want to say it's Stremiska. I was told that it's not Stremska. We butchered his name all last week is what we were told. I'm being told it's Robert Stremiska. So it's Stremiska. We're going to call it Stremiska. There you go. He finishes in the 12th spot.
Gabe Brown comes home 13th. Greg Edwards 14th. Jody McCormick 15th. Chad McLeod 16th. Matt Anderson 17th. Landon Huffman 18th. Justin March 19th. Ralph Lassard comes home and your top 20. And that rounds out your field.
So when it is all said and done, it is a win for the driver of Mr. Casey Call. Casey Call wins in the Challengers.
Yep.
So coming up next will be our U-Cars race. The U-Cars will go 30 laps. That'll let us step away and take a break. You're watching coverage of the inaugural AI Virtual New Year's Bash from New Smyrna Speedway. This is Iracing on Elevated TV, and if you're listening on the Community Radio Network, we're also paused very quickly to go for network identification as we are also approaching the top of the hour.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As that's still 4 wide on the right.
run down in the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and
my
to the
goodness!
line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Aphrodite is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
So glad you and yours are joining us here for coverage of the virtual AI New Year's Bash from the iRacing Simulation New Smyrna Speedway. This is the qualifying about to wrap up for the U cars. And okay, these are some very nice U cars, Cody Dealers. Oh, say that jokingly.
Right. Yeah, no, it's different. And you know, the U-Car class is, you know, really, in my opinion, most tracks non-existent anymore. It's more of a mini stock class than it is a U-Car class. But yeah, we'll go with it.
So glad you and yours are joining us as, again, we see qualifying about to take place between the drivers of the U-Cars. They're going to go 30 laps, by the way. There was a misprint earlier where we said 60 laps. That's hashtag fake news. As we're going 30 laps. Thanks, for everybody, for checking us out. Numbers are pretty good for Elevated TV. And, Cody, as we get ready for the lineup, tell everybody about Elevated TV and all the cool things you cover on the world of iRacing and even real racing, for that matter, in 2025.
Yep. So basically, here on Elevated TV, we do the FWM, which is 4 Wide Motorsports. We just picked them up. We're going to be doing their modified tour on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. So that's going to be fun to do. And then Tuesday nights, we're kind of off on Elevated. We don't have anything going on right now. Wednesdays, we don't have anything going on right now as well with that. As Rolling Thunder just finished up. And Thursday nights, we have the Xfinity Tour. We just seen Tommy Blair win at Daytona in the 120-lap feature. They roll on to Atlanta next week for 163 laps. And then on Fridays, we don't have anything on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but I do race in real life. So I kind of keep Saturdays and Sundays and Fridays open for myself. So yeah, and then trying to work out a deal with a track about maybe doing some real life racing, broadcasting for the track. So still waiting on to get some details on that. I've been working with LSR TV's Charles Wooten. He's been helping me a lot, so appreciate over to him. He's been helping me out a lot, getting everything situated to what I'll need and stuff like that. So still hasn't been yet confirmed. It's still in the works. It may or may not happen. If it doesn't, we'll move on and try something different. But yeah.
You talking about LSR TV?
Yep.
For the Northwest Racing Series, and obviously, if that happens, we'll be in the booth together, or at least you'll be producing and I'll be calling the race, because I've been the longtime voice of the Northwest Racing Series iRacing package since 2020. So,
and I did
really cool.
I did miss something. On Tuesday nights, we just picked this up with Elevated. It's not on Elevated TV's page, but it is through. I do the producing and the production behind the scenes for Stagger Pros podcast, Stagger Pros Short Track Talk. So if go on Facebook, look up Stagger Pros, and every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, make sure you tune in and watch Mr. Derek Lane and Jimmy Wyman as they talk about the short track racing world. Two really cool dudes. They're putting on a go-kart race tomorrow night at Fast Times here in Indiana, and I've had the privilege of racing it. That's kind of why we're pushing everything to tonight. Because of that. So they're helping me out, I help them out. So it's kind of you scratch my back, I scratch your back type deals. And it's going to be fun. Got a lot coming for Elevated TV in 2025. We got the World Series of Racing, the Speed Weeks for that. Looking to do the Hampton Heat again with Wesley, the Valley Star Credit Union, all kinds of big races we're going to be putting on here on Elevated TV with real people and AI. So it's going to be fun. we've got our Xfinity tour, so that's fun. Maybe when Wesley's free one Thursday night, we can maybe get him in the booth and do an Xfinity race with us as well.
On Thursday night, right? Thursday night?
Yep.
And I think I saw highlights of that the other night. I heard that was pretty wild one at Daytona.
Oh yeah, it was one off the pit strategy, that was for sure. No.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a look at the starting lineup for the 30-lap U-Car event as the field is gridded. We're trying to get off the air as quickly as possible because we're already coming up on 3 hours from now, coming back for the feature races. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to get me some groceries down my neck before I come back to work at 9 o'clock Eastern. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for the U-Cars. This will be a 30-lap race. Okay, we have the Legends coming up next, and then we have that second B-main for the Street Stocks to close it out. John Hughes.
No.
All right, here we go. My apologies. Tyler Hudson, Ryan Rainville will be on the pole on the front row for row 1. Chris Widener, Peter Inglis will make up row 2. Christopher Bell, Tony Gardner, row 3. Nathan Wright, Nick Leap, row 4. Chris Lurch and Christian Challenger will be in the 78. There's your top 10.
Row 6 will be John Hughes and Travis Sollingberg, Mike Bird and Robert Plumley. I'll be row 7. Row 8, John Henry, Grant Reeves. Row 9, going to be Dave Goslin and David Tucker. Row 10, going to be Alex Horn and Michael Hinkle. Round out your top 20.
There you go. Rest of the lineup is going to be Angela Sinapoli, followed by Lisa Hudson. You give me the hard ones. Greg Hill and Jonathan Sessoms. Kim Berry, Lauren Russo. Got a lot of women in the field. Steve Rice and Susan Flint. Kipling Knaus and Jimmy Van Veen. 30 drivers. Oh, no, hell no, we're not done. Richard Jopling, David Lynn, Greg Hill, and Ryan Deemers, I believe. 33 drivers take time. And there they are, the beautiful-looking U-Cars. That is the nicest group of U-Cars you will ever see at a racetrack right there. Boy, there's some sharp-looking cars right there.
You ain't never been to a U-Car race? If you go to a U-Car race and you see a U-Car pull up and he don't look like somebody took a hammer to the side of his car, it ain't a U-Car, I promise you.
I mean, seriously. Look at this, and the field is rolling.
They just keep coming.
And they got the headlights on. You notice they got the headlights on. They got the headlights on. They're ready to race under the lights. Night falls upon us.
It's going to be fun. It's dark 30 now.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. 0 dark 30.
1 to go.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to see that somebody's stepping up, and it might be you doing the production for the Northwest Racing Series. So, I know Cody is working on the Real Deal now, Real Racing with Race On. So he can't be like on a full-time capacity. So I'm glad that you guys were able to hook up and work things to hopefully make it be successful. So we'll see what happens with that, with the Northwest Racing Series right now. Here come the U-Cars, 30 laps, lights on, green light is waving, green flag is waving as well, and the green lights are on, I hope. And we're underway in this 30-lap U-Car feature. Boy, I tongue-tied and messed that up, didn't I?
You definitely messed that one up, and the outside line definitely working here at New Smyrna. As here comes the 26, Brian Randall working back to the outside, and Wesley, you might see a little bit of 3 wide action here with these cars. They always put on an exciting show with the U-Cars.
And they're fun, right? I mean, these are the closest to a U-Car of today's world that you can kind of get to, that you can kind of look at right now, obviously. Coming out the front straight away. By the way, you better be glad I love you, Cody, because you're making me miss my Steelers and Ravens game tonight for the playoff, right? I mean, so I'm going to see the start of it, but then I got to come back and get in the chair and work with you. So I promise you, I'm going to be hooping and hollering. I despise the Ravens. Hopefully Pittsburgh can go to the next round divisional.
That's Jonathan Sessums' favorite team. Jonathan Sessoms in the chat. That's the Baltimore Ravens is his favorite team.
Jonathan, I don't like you anymore. I'm sorry. I knew there was something that was off about you. Oh, I'm just messing.
Clean and green so far.
Are you going to be streaming a go-kart event tomorrow?
No,
Somebody
no, we were thinking about it and trying things, but we don't know if if we have the time. And I'm also racing too. I thought about trying to get something to put on my helmet, like a GoPro or something I could go live on. But
Cody, all you got to do is pull out your cell phone, dude. Go to YouTube, log in your YouTube account, and click live.
Yeah, we could do that too. We could do something like that. We'll figure it out. We'll try to see what we can do. Maybe get the go-kart streamed. So we'll see. Just keep an eye out on Elevated TV, and you might get you something.
Pumpkin Imp 1 MP Pumpkin Pimp says who day talking about my damn Steelers. So here we go, buddy. That's all I want to tell you. All right, here we go. Race rolls on to the U cars. Coming up next will be the penultimate event with the Legends, our final feature for Saturday afternoon coverage. Remember, we're coming back tonight, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, on Elevated TV for the finale of what was supposed to be Sunday, but instead of racing go-karts, he's racing go-karts. Cody is. But nonetheless, we'll have it for you in its entirety just on Saturday night instead of on Sunday afternoon. I get to sleep in. Chris Widener, Nathan Wright, they're in the lead. Christopher Bell right there in that mix. So is also Tyler Hudson. I love these cars, man. They're already putting 10 laps on the board, and they're all 33 of them just willing and dealing around here. Phenomenal.
Yeah, no, for sure. And as we see the white car with all green wheels and no number, then you got some couple cars with black rims, and it's just, and they're still too wide all the way through the field just about. Tires are starting to squeal a little bit.
Chris Widener still in the lead. Look at the orange. That's the kind of orange-looking machine leading to 37. Nathan Wright in second, followed by Christopher Bell, Chris Lurch, and John Hughes at the top 5. Tyler Hudson now moves his way to 5th, and they're flip-flopping for those spots up on the high side. There's John Henry, Mike Berg, Dave Gosselin. All this going on as they cross the start-finish line as we're under 20 to go now here.
Yeah, this one going by very quickly, and yeah, I'm
picking them up and putting them down.
I'm kind of excited for the next feature, the Legends feature, and you know, the B main is number 2. If you've missed the B main number 1, it was a doozy. The B main number 2 is probably going to be a good one too. We're working 17 laps to go. Got a battle for second here.
There's Bell and Wright. Up on the outside, Nathan Wright. There's the red car, the red 33, right there alongside, looking for halfway in another couple of laps. As right now, Chris Widener still in the lead, up in front. Look at those beautiful field of cars now thunder their way here at New Smyrna into that third turn. We got any static cameras? Cody, can we rest our voice and just let him hear the sound of these machines? Check it out. Oh, you gotta love it. Halfway, by the way. Just past the halfway mark of this race. Chris Widener still in the lead. John Hughes, Christopher Bell, John Henry, and Nathan Wright. That's the way they stand right now as we go back to on-track action. And there you see a big wad of traffic right there behind the leader. There's Hughes, Bell, Wright, and Henry. Lurch and Gosselin also creeping in. They're creeping in. Legends 30 laps coming up next is right now Chris Widener trying to hold on to the lead as they go back into the corner.
And it's you can throw a blanket over everybody still, Wesley. Everybody's still on top of the race leader. He's not been able to yet to get out in front. Here comes the white number 25, Christopher Bell, working to the outside. Then you got the 5 machine of John Hughes and John Henry. That sounds like a Western, Wesley. John Hughes and John Henry.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Fun to watch it. Chris Widener, John Hughes, John Henry. Big Bad John, as they call him. Christopher Bell, Chris Lurch right there. Look at all this action happening behind them. With Wright, Gosselin, Hudson, Berg, Rainville, Inglis now outside the top 10. They're all right there at the line with 10 to go. 9 to go now. Boy, this race flew by quickly, Cody Deemers.
Yeah, this race didn't take too long. Only about 5 minutes. 3 minutes, excuse me. And 9 to go. The number 5, John Hughes, working to the outside of John Henry. Then right behind them, you got Chris Lurch, Chris Bell. Then you got Dave Gosling, Tyler Hudson, Nathan Wright, Mike Berg, and Brian Ranville for the top 10.
Chris Widener still in that top spot. Trying to stay in the number 1 position. John Henry now has passed a couple of cars. He's moved to 2nd. He's right behind the leader on the rear deck lid of the 37. Chris Lurch, 7. Make it now 6 to go so far. Caution free. What a show these guys have put on here. No doubt, Cody.
Yeah, no, these guys are definitely putting on a show. It's definitely been a good one. And battle right now is going on for 2nd. Here comes John Henry trying to get to your race leader, Chris Widener. First challenge he's had all night, and he's looking to take it from him.
Five to go.
And here comes that
battle for the lead on the outside. Look at this. Henry, Lurch, Gosselin, Hudson, new names up there trying to run down Widener. But time running out here with a mile left to go and 4 remaining.
Here comes that 14, John Henry. We need a John Wayne in there.
3 laps to go. This is an AI version. I think maybe we could make this be a real thing. Hopefully one day we could try to bring the tracks and elevated TV together to maybe try to promote it and actually do real entry fees and whatnot for these races.
Yeah, for sure.
2 to go. Laps winding down. Your leader, flag to flag, is Chris Widener. He will see the white flag wave. This time by 1 lap to go. Final time around. Burnt popcorn, Dalton Shupp in the house. As Chris Widener has one more opportunity to get some company by Lurch and Hudson. They're going to battle amongst themselves. Open air. Opportunity fails. Chris Widener is going to win the U-Cars race, flag to flag at the Bash. How about that?
What a race. Fireworks going off. There you see him.
I'll tell you what, we were talking about New Smyrna Speedway and the World Series of Asphalt Stock Car Racing. Remember, join them at New Smyrna February 7th through the 15th. And my buddies at Racetime Radio, good friends with those guys, the Chisholm family, and they were telling me via message here that they have announced that they're probably expecting some of their biggest car counts ever for the World Series at New Smyrna. And remember, Elevated TV will have a virtual version of the race. Here's the results of the AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna. Chris Widener wins flag to flag, started the race 3rd, got around for the lead, and never looked back. Tyler Hudson will settle for second. Chris Lurch third. Henry, Berg, Wright, Gosselin, Inglis, Hughes, and Bell round out the top 10. And Cody again, flag to flag when it's all said and done. Rainville, Horn, Greg Hill, Barry, and Rice were the top 15. You got the rest of them.
Knaus, Greg Hill, Lisa Hudson, David Tucker, Tony Gardner round out your top 20. Grant Reeves, Sullenberger, Elite, Christian, David Lynn, Jonathan Sessoms, Jimmy Van Veen, Michael Hinkle, Lauren Russo, and Angela Sinapalo. And round out your top 30. Susan Flint, Robert Pumley, Richard Joplin round out your field.
So that's how it goes, flag to flag for the U-Cars. Hope you enjoyed them. They're really, really fun to watch. Nightfall settles in. It's starting to get later. We got one more feature race in the B-Main, too, for the street stocks. Again, don't forget, coming up in about less than 3 hours' time, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, the races that were scheduled for tomorrow will now be held tonight, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, for the New Year's Bash. We will step away. We got more coverage coming up next from New Smyrna. Stay with us.
They're still beating and banging, and to the line!
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Apromitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Welcome back to coverage of the virtual AI New Year's Bash here at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. Cody Deemers, I'm Wesley Outland, and we are about ready to go for Legends Car Racing, U.S. Legends Cars. I think they've just finished with their qualifications. The lineup will be set, and we're ready to go for 30 laps. This will be the final A-main of our Saturday afternoon coverage. And then, of course, we have one more street stock B-main. Top five out of the 25 lapper will make it in, and then we'll come back here later tonight, 9 Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, with coverage of the big races that were scheduled for Sunday. They will now be tonight. Make sure you join us, and we're ready to go for Legend Cars. Hey, Cody, somebody says, are we going to be doing the Madhouse Racing League streams?
No, we are not.
In your dreams, I'm about to say, in a very nice way. I don't think that's going to happen. So, I think they got your question answered. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the starting lineup. Legend Cars, John Robbins, Dalton Chupp will be up on the front row. Burnt popcorn, as we call him. Sarah Biltier, as well as Joey Custer, will make up row 2. Tommy Blair, Jaden Daniels, row 3. Chris Eggleston and Hunter Jordan's row 4. Greg Mining and Chase Mongius will be starting 10th. Damn it, you give me the hard ones.
Row 6 is going to be Dylan Babiani and Joel Smith.
Oh, really? It's funny how you just easily rizzle that out.
Row 7 is going to be Bryce Sanders and Max Olmstead III. Row 8 going to be Nathan Lyons and Hunter Johnson. Row 9 going to be Hudson Knipe and Lee Jones. Row 10 going to be Matt Rhodes and Austin Bloodworth.
Ryan Carlson and Lance Griffick make up row 11. Jonathan Sessoms. Oh, can't believe he likes the Ravens. David Hall starts 24th. Robert Holder, Wyatt Morrisburg, row 13. Jesse Thompson, Cody Deemers. Making up row 14, Larson Parker, Tanner Scarberry in 30th. And that is the lineup. With Victoria Sessoms starting shotgun, 31. Legend Cars.
I'm going to pick John Robbins to win because he's my crew chief on my Thunder Roadster.
All right. We're ready to roll the field. We're going Legends Car Racing.
They still haven't wiped your lens off, Wesley.
Oh, boy. Ready to see what takes place as these drivers are right now working on preliminary laps. This again will be a 30-lap race. 30 laps the distance.
Easy now there, fireman. There, Jonathan Sessoms.
I mean, he knows how I feel.
Yeah. I actually, as we're coming to green here, I actually didn't know Lainey Wilson was dating the Pittsburgh Steelers' quarterback till the other day.
The what now?
Lainey Wilson, the country music singer, is dating the Pittsburgh Steelers' quarterback.
Yeah, well, I can't stand her either. What a fake she is. Just being honest. We got another version of a country Taylor Swift on our hands.
Oh boy, we're 3 wide.
Let's get it started. John Robbins leading the opening lap. Joey Custer, Dalton Chupp. Side by side as they work the back straightaway. Custer on the outside lane going after John Robbins. Nope, nothing there yet. These Legend Cars, 30 laps. We'll see what they'll do here around New Smyrna. Street Stock B-Main 2 coming up next, and then we'll take a nightcap and come back at 9 o'clock this evening for the big shows.
John Robbins gets back around Billiter. Billiter still all over the back bumper. Number 19 needs to work down the back straightaway. Here comes the 41, Tommy Blair. He won the Xfinity race the other night at Daytona. Here he comes to the inside of Joey Cluster.
Plenty of room being given to everybody right now as they work their way around the racetrack. Sarah Billiter right there. Is it Billiter?
Yep.
She gave a shout out earlier. She said hi to everyone.
Yeah, her
Now we're seeing what Sarah can do here.
Her last name's going to be Deemers here very soon.
Prenup, brother, prenup.
Here comes the 79 of Joey Custer.
I say that jokingly, Sarah. I'm just messing, I promise. Look at them thunder their way down into the corner. Already a handful of laps completed. And it is already John Robbins still in the lead. Billiter in second, followed by Blair third, Eggleston. Bagiovanni. Did I say that name right? Bagiovanni?
Yeah.
Give me a cookie. I got it right. Oh. 23 to go. As these guys work their way around the racetrack, John Robbins, Tommy Blair, much better start than real life, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I think we had like 5 cautions before we even got a lap completed in the real race last weekend at Dillon.
Here comes Chip looking to the inside. You got Joel Smith and at number 24. There goes the 81, Hunter Jordan looking to the inside of Billiter.
Closing in on 10 laps completed, 20 to go. Street Stock B Main 2 coming up next as we'll close out our preliminary action on this Saturday. Coming back later tonight for the big show. John Robbins, Tommy Blair, Hunter Jordan, Sarah Billiter, Chris Eggleston. Sounds like a law firm. There's your top 5 right now. The virtual legend law offices of Robbins, Blair, Jordans, Billiter, and Eggleston.
And Robbins has opened up the lead by a little bit, not by much, as we're 3 wide back here in the back.
I think sometimes, Jody, these AI guys have got more common sense than the real ones do.
And that's why we have AI races. It's because these guys race a lot better. And they still give you your one you want them, you don't want them.
They have interesting races sometimes. Yeah. But by the way, I will let everyone know that there is going to be some AI versions of events, that there's actually going to be real competitor events. And to answer your question, I think it'll be a cold day in hell if the Madhouse League never returns back to elevated TV. Poor Cody. I actually worked that event with them last what was it, November, December, something like that?
Somewhere along the lines of there.
Yeah, and it took an hour and 10 minutes to run a 20 lap race at where were we at, Nashville on the small quarter mile?
Yep.
I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
And we're actually
I don't think we'll ever do their league again. I'm sorry. I just don't think it'll ever happen. So.
Since we brought up Nashville, we are going to also be doing this year, for the first time ever, an All-American 400 weekend.
Ooh.
So that's going to be fun. It's going to be long, but it's going to be fun.
So listen, if they would get off of their G-Star and build on iRacing at Winchester, okay? Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Indiana. I know you know what I'm talking about. You've been there before. You raced there this past year at the 400 weekend.
Almost won.
I'll say this much. They've got Oxford Plains. They've got Nashville. They have 5 Flags in Pensacola. We did the virtual Snowball Derby. As by the way, we're halfway home in the Legends race. If they would just build a Winchester, you've got 4 of your crown jewel tracks. You've got Slinger Nationals. Have you ever done a race there at Slinger Speedway?
The Rolling Thunder actually raced there Wednesday night.
Slinger Speedway's a fun place.
Yep, we run
Slinger Nationals. That's the race in July. Slinger Nationals.
Yep, we plan on doing all the Crown Jewel races, and I've heard. I'm not going to believe it until I see it happen, but I've heard that Anderson Speedway and Winchester Speedway are supposed to be coming this year to iRacing.
Cool. Well, there you go. Well, I spoke too soon then.
Anderson Speedway has been scanned.
So Anderson Speedway in Anderson, Indiana, the home of the little 500 of the Redbud 400, has been scanned. That would be cool. Would you do 500 laps around 500 laps around Anderson with those with the midget cars and sprint cars, non-wing sprints?
If they would allow them AI, yes. That would be the only problem, is that you can't do the sprint cars with AI. So we would have to make that like a real people event.
There you go.
10 to go. 9 to go.
Another flag caution-free race in the Legends. Watching a little playoff football. Don't really care for either team. LA Chargers and Houston.
I quit watching football when all my players that I watched retired.
8 to go. Time running out here. Coming up next, one more thing left to go for Saturday's afternoon action, and that is the preliminary and the final B-main for the Street Stock Nationals. Your lineup will be set as soon as we join you later tonight. That's 9 Eastern, 8 Central, with the championship races of the New Year's Bash. That'll be again coming up at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. And again, we'll have the Legend cars back on track. The mini stocks kind of mimicking the Carolina Mini Stock Challenge 50-lapper, and that 100-lap street stock race. That'll be a good one. There you go.
That'll definitely be fun.
And 5 to go now for the Legend cars here.
And don't forget, these guys will be back in action later on tonight.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I'm excited for the mini stock race.
You know what? I think that'll be a good one. We'll see what happens. And mini stock cars won't have lights on them this time, I promise you. John Robbins in the lead. John Robbins up in front. Hunter Jordan's in second. Time running out. There's a 19. We went flag to flag. Eggleston down. Tommy Blair, Bob Giovanni, all running them down as they come to the line. And down 3 laps to go. 3 remaining. Starting to get a little intense here now as we watch Tommy Blair and Bob Giovanni battle. Bon Giovanni?
Yep. Bon Giovanni.
Ain't that Keelan Harvick's car when he raced back in the day in Legends? I think it is. Yep. Bon Giovanni.
Yep.
2 to go. 2 laps remaining for the man John Robbins.
Out of Frankton, Indiana.
Yeah. The Indiana driver for the Hoosier State comes to the line. I think he knows him very well. White flag in the air. Cody, take us home in the Legends race, my friend. 1 to go.
Yep, the Beck Transport. Robbins racing number 19. Going to work up off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. The VMS Motorsports entry. The man out of Frankton, Indiana. He's going to bring it home here in your Legends feature. John Robbins going to win your Legend feature 1.
By the way, we have mentioned them earlier. We'll mention them again. The virtual New Year's Bash from New Smyrna on Elevated TV is presented by Elevated Television, USA Tire, D&M Lawn Service, Irvin's Used Auto Parts, Robbins Racing, B1 Transmissions, and the Community Radio Network. John Robbins has picked up the Legends race. Flag to flag, caution free. We've had some good racing tonight, man. I mean, if you count it, or this afternoon, if you count it up, we've had 3 cautions, I think, in all the events so far today. 3 cautions, can't beat that.
Yep, I think it's either 2 or 3. So
maybe 2. It might be 2.
I know we had the one with the Charger feature with the 48 of Ralph Lazar, and I think that's actually it, Wesley. I think the only one we've had has been Ralph Lazard. So
Rafael Lazard, when he went around to the start of the Challenger race for 75 laps, and so far we saw the U-Cars and the Legends and all them go flag to flag. The B main for the Street Stock 1 went flag to flag, and now we're getting ready for B main number 2. But first, let's take a look at the results. John Robbins, Hunter Jordan's, when it's set it down to the Legends race at the end of 30 laps. Eggleston, Bon Giovanni, Blair Smith in the top 5. Billiter, Mongions, Lyons, Sanders, top 10. Give your halfway distance, and Johnson, Jones, Marshburn, Carlson, and Burnt Popcorn. Dalton Chupp will finish.
Max Olmstead to third, Larson Parker, Greg Manning, Joey Custer, Lance Griffin round out your top 20. Jonathan Sessoms, Matt Rhodes, Jaden Daniels, Hudson Knight, Jesse Thompson, Cody Demers, Tanner Scarberry, Austin Bloodworth, David Hall, and Victoria Sessoms round out your top 30, and Robert Holder rounds out your 31 cars.
There is one more preliminary left to go here on this Saturday afternoon here at the New Year's Bash before the big races later tonight. It is the Street Stock B main number 2. It's next from New Smyrna. Stay with us.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe. For all he's worth here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's gonna back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Hey, we're back here, of course, at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. It's the AI New Year's Bash on Elevated TV. For those listening on the Community Radio Network, I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Demers is alongside. And we are getting ready now for what will be the final preliminary of Saturday afternoon's coverage. Remember, we come back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. The races will not be tomorrow. I think he's already disabled the stream thing to promote it, and it will be changed over to tonight, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. It will be nothing but features only, 30-lap legends, 50 laps mini stocks, and 100 laps for the street stocks. And one more sort of business needs to be settled out in regards to the Street Stock Nationals, and that is B-Main number 2. You saw the first B-Main earlier when we came on the air about 2 hours ago, and now we set the stage for the final B-Main, and the field will be set for the Century Grind 100-lapper coming up tonight on Elevated TV. The Street Stocks, and Trevor Burton is on the pole. DJ Peters will make up row number 1, and the 4 and the 2. Will Cottrell and Jake McElfresh will make up row 2. Garrett Fox, Joe Muldoon makes up row 3. Josh Sage, Andrew Cook. Row 4, Dalton Connor, James Kirby. And that is the lineup for the Street Stocks. As we're rolling them, it's go time, and they're going to go 25 laps, Cody Deemers.
And I want to say, the way the B-Mains were set, where we took the top 20 last night from qualifying, and then there was 40 cars, so the other 20 were separated. If you qualified an even number, you were in the second B-Main. If you qualified an odd number, you were in the first B-Main. Then we take the top 5 from each B-Main, and I just want to point out, Dalton Connor, the real-life, 2-time Street RA back-to-back Street Stock Championship champion in real life, he's starting 9th in the B-Main, Wesley.
How about that? Having to go through a B-Main, trying to make yourself into the bash. It's a bash, as my colleague and friend at Racing America, Alan Dietz, always says, year after year, it's a bash. We'll see what happens here in the virtual AI bash, as we have one preliminary race left to go. Not going to lie to you, as soon as we finish up, we're going to get off the air quickly. We're going to have a reset. We're going to come back again at 9 o'clock, 9 Eastern, 8 Central for the championship races that were scheduled for Sunday, now Saturday night, here at virtual New Smyrna Speedway. The front row is set. 25 laps, top 5 transfer into tonight's New Year's Bash, as Burton and Peters are on the front row. Pace car makes the left-hand turn onto the pit lane. Here comes the field. Green in the air. We're set to go. Burton and Peters launch in the 1. Stride for stride. Cottrell, McElfresh right there. And at pace car speed, or excuse me, at full speed, they look like they're behind the pace car side by side. Let's see what goes on here. Final B-Main underway. Put lap 1 on the board and give lap 1 to Burton.
And let's keep an eye on that transfer, Wesley. Garrett Fox in that chrome number 85. He's in the transfer position right now. Everybody charging him down, trying to get in the race from about 6 stone backs. That's Sage, Muldoon, Connor, Cook, Kirby, all back there in the back.
So that'll be the guy that they're going to go after. Watching him there in the 85. That's Garrett Fox now. Jake McElfresh now goes into the transfer bubble spot. Watch all them working their way around the racetrack. Trevor Burton in the lead. Up in front, Burton, Cottrell, Fox, Peters, Sage. Those are your 5 that would make it in.
Oh, boy.
Little Lancy there for a moment.
Here comes Connor. Connor in that 20. Remember I mentioned a while ago, he was your CRA 2-time back-to-back champion. He's working his way up into the 7th position. He's trying to get to McElfresh because he's got to go catch Sage if he wants to make it in the big dance, as Wesley calls it.
Is it McElfresh or McElfresh? I'm trying to...
McElfresh.
Yeah, McElfresh. Okay. I'm thinking of mackerel when I say his name. I want some fish for dinner. Yeah. Trevor Burton still in the lead, by the way, 25 laps. This is, again, final preliminary here for the B-Main for the Street Stocks top 5 transfer. Look at this big gaggle, the McElfresh and Connor now. They battle, and they're trying to get back to Josh Sage, who's in the transfer spot. There he goes, off into turn 1. These other guys behind him, they better go. You better skedaddle.
Andrew Cook, James Kirby, two guys that race at Anderson Speedway on a regular basis in real life. They're following each other to the front here as they're running 7th and 9th.
25 laps might not seem like a lot, but remember, I mean, we saw these guys knock out 25 laps in 10 minutes or so in the first action that started the night here at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. Laps are winding down as we're working down lap 9, lap 10 when they come to the line, 15 to go, and then there's the transfer spot as Garrett Fox, DJ Peters, Josh Sage, one behind the other, 3, 4, and 5. Burton and Cottrell still up in 1 and 2. And right now, top 5, single file now. Things have calmed down for a little bit there, and that's all good for the front runners, if you will, Cody.
Yeah, and you know, you got to figure out once you get in the top 5, it's kind of just keep a hard enough pace that you stay in the top 5, that the guy behind you can't catch you from the transfer. You know, because you want to be in the top 5, but you don't want to be that transfer spot because everybody's gunning Josh Sage right now. And you see, you know, he's pushing a little harder to get to the number 9 because he knows Dalton Connor's coming. And he's just a matter of time as Dalton Connor and James Kirby are right there as well. We might have a big battle here for your transfer.
Single file. No one jumping out of line with Burton, Cottrell, Fox, Peters, and Sage. And there you see the 0-4, Josh Sage right there on the inside to the outside. Makes a move on the orange 9. DJ Peters, if you can get one more spot up on the other competition, that's in good. That's in your favor. Brake rotors are already glowing cherry red. We're halfway home in the B main. 13 down and 12 to go.
Yeah, and here comes that 20 machine. That 04 knows he's there, knows he's got to push a little bit on the 9 machine, the DJ Peters. You got to get to the front. As we see Garrett Fox right ahead of them as well. Garrett Fox holding up the number 9. You got to think, what's going through Dalton Connor's head right now? 12 laps to go. What do I got to do here? How do I got to play my cards to get around the 04 machine and not go home?
And the brake rotors glowing cherry red. Obviously, that's because you're using the brakes up a lot, grinding on them brake pads. It's right now closing in on 10 laps to go here in the final preliminary of our Saturday afternoon coverage of the virtual AI New Year's Bash at New Smyrna. And right now with 10 remaining, it is Trevor Burton. It's been Trevor Burton since the drop of the green. Nobody's catched him. Everyone else in the back literally has lost the top 5. As now you see now the battle going on between Sage and Peters. They're in the show, but they better go because Dalton Connor's after him in the 20 Camaro on the inside.
Yeah, and it ain't going to be long, and you're going to have that 22 of James Kirby there as well. Dalton Connor trying to push to number 9, trying to get around the 04. Three-way battle for your transfer, about to be 4, Wesley.
And it seemed like a moment ago the top 5 were in their own world. Everyone else was obviously in another position. Now, all of a sudden, here comes Connor, here comes Kirby. 6th and 7th spot now battling with these drivers as Sage under attack on the outside. 8 laps to go. Here comes the 20, Connor, down to the inside. Throws a block as 4, Peters. He throws a block on the inside, holds up the 20. Clear air for Sage. He'll power through. He battles alongside him as they go to the line. Still door to door with 7 to go.
Yeah, and the 20 machine, Dalton Connor started 9th out of 10 cars, and he has worked his way up into the 5th position, and he's going to bring Kirby with him as well. James Kirby trying to make it into the show.
Boy, Sage just got a little high, wide, and handsome, and a little wiggle there. Here comes the 20 down to the inside, Dalton Connor. He'll carry down the double deuce with him at James Kirby. Beautiful looking race car. Now back in this battle, they dive into the corner, into turn number 3 and 4. They'll come to the line. It's an open hand from your flagman. 5 laps to go here in preliminary Saturday afternoon of the Bash. We'll come back for the big races later tonight. They were scheduled for Sunday. They're now going to be tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Trevor Burton in the lead. Will Cottrell, Fox, and look at this battle for
the transfer.
4th, 6th, and 7th going at it with 4 to go.
The transfer battle right now heating up. Sage not wanting to give up. Kirby knows he's got to make it in. Here comes Andrew Cook. He wants to put his name in the mix. It is
20
not
on
over
the
yet.
inside. Look at Dalton Connor. Connor on the block on Sage. Sage up high. He's been stuck on the outside lane. I just can't see him get to the bottom. He's trying all he can, but he's got cars all around him. Here comes now the 20. It's going to be Connor again. Sage, they're door to door. 3 to go. They're looking for 2 to go this time. You better go. You better go now, 20.
Yeah, for sure. This is what it's all about, trying to make it into the big one. You got Dalton Connor on the bottom, the 04 Josh Sage. This is for the last transfer spot, Wesley. Nowhere, you can't go no further back, and you can't go no further forward. The 20 machine of Dalton Connor sitting on the transfer.
And that's that transfer spot, as we forementioned. Here they come to the line, though. White flag of the air. One more lap to go for Trevor Burton. Trevor Burton is in his own world now, leading the way. The battle, though, is for the transfer spot. We're staying with it for you here. Down the back straightaway. Dalton Connor. And there's contact with Sage. Watching on is going to be Kirby. Can they pounce on him? Here they come to the line. It will be Dalton Connor. He will get him.
Oh, my goodness.
No. Yes, Dalton Connor gets Josh Sage at the line.
Wow. What a freaking race. Holy moly.
And Trevor Burton's going to win the B-Main 2 for the Street Stocks. Another flag-to-flag B-Main. Will Cottrell will transfer in. Garrett Fox will go third. By the way, we didn't show you the finish of those guys because they were in their own world. The battle was phenomenal between Peters and Connors and Sage and Kirby. And when it's all said and done, DJ Peters will finish in 4th. And Dalton Connor in the 20. Wait a minute, I'm confused now. Are they putting Dalton Connor now in 5th?
Yep. Burton, Contrail, Fox, Peters, Connor all go to the show. And then
Josh Sage misses the transfer. Wow. I thought he made it in. They changed it. They changed it and said, no, Dalton Connor got it.
Wow. What a race.
Can we go to the finish? Can we go to the replay here? Watch the number 20 and the 04. And I don't know if there's look how close this is, Cody. My. What a way to put yourself in appetizer mode for the big main course coming up later tonight, but we leave you with this.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this the white flag?
Yeah, white flag right here.
So let's watch them here. There's the 20 on the inside.
That was the checkered flag right here.
There's the 20 of Connor. Wait. Maybe, yeah.
Just by, got him
well, it looked to me like, yeah, I mean, I would say just by half a car length, if you will. Maybe something of that caliber. I think maybe timing and scoring might have, hiccuped. But it is official. It is the 20. Dalton Connor did beat out the 04 of Sage. There you see the... Oh, yeah, there you go. What did I say, half a car length? There it is. This will tell the tale right here. Boom.
There you go.
First to the line. There it is. And that shows you why they changed it. I thought maybe Josh Sage might have been there a lot closer. But, man, it ain't even close. There's something going on with timing and scoring that changed it. And obviously when they do, they put Dalton Connor to 5th. Josh Sage will miss the New Year's Bash. Wow. Unless he's got a provisional, right? Is there going to be provisionals? Are you starting 33? What are you doing?
We are starting 33. There will be 3 provisionals. They will be announced afterwards.
There you go. So basically, we locked in the top 20. We locked in the top 20 from qualifying last night, as Cody mentioned. Top 20 last night, which, by the way, was not broadcasted. That was not broadcasted. I think somebody said, hey, can I go back and watch qualifying? No, qualifying was not broadcasted. Top 20 locked in. Now we have the 2 B mains, so your top 10 are locked in of 30. And then there is, of course, another opportunity for 3 provisionals. We will start 33 street stocks just like they started last week. We'll have it for you. And there's a look at the results. Trevor Burton over Will Cottrell, Garrett Fox, DJ Peters, Dalton Connor will transfer those 5 drivers. And for these other guys, Cody, like Josh Sage, James Kirby, Joe Muldoon, Cook, and McElfresh, they got to hope that they get a provisional.
Yep. We're looking at for the provisionals are going to be decided off other things. So we're gonna one's going to be a fan vote, and the other 2 are going to be random draw. So we're going to take the 5 drivers that did not make it, and there's going to be a fan vote for between both B mains of who the fans want to vote for, and then the other 2 will be random draw. So
there you go. Well, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it here on Elevated TV and, of course, on the Community Radio Network. Cody, we're going to jump off air here. We've done a couple of hours worth of work, and then we're going to come back here and get ready for the big races, I guess. That'll be coming up here in a bit.
Yep, about 2 hours. Stay tuned. Be on the lookout. We'll actually be posting on the Facebook page, Elevated TV's Facebook page. Make sure you go over there and drop a follow to it, and keep an eye out on everything for the broadcast link, and go from there. So.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody again, we'll be coming back again at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. That's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central for the big races for the what was scheduled to be for Sunday now tonight. And that'll be again at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We will have, of course, the mini stocks for 50 laps, the legend cars for 30 laps, and then, of course, the 100-lap street stock A main. We'll have it for you right here. Not tomorrow. It'll be tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Thanks to our sponsors, including USA Tire, D&M Lawn Service. Thanks to Irvin Used Auto Parts, Robbins Racing, B1 Transmissions, the Community Radio Network, and, of course, Elevated TV. For Cody Deemers, I'm Wesley Outland. We'll be back in less than 2 hours' time, exactly 2 hours from now, for the big races of the inaugural New Year's